Welcome back to the lab, everybody. So today we're going to be going through our last lesson before you have to make your final and full song. And that means we're going to be doing the most stuff. So I've prepared this thing beforehand so it doesn't last 3 hours because that's how long it will last. So I'm going to try and move through it pretty quick. So today what we're doing is we're trying to go to our next part. We just created our bridge and we are about to make our second chorus. Then we're going to spend a lot of time in the instrumental / dance break. That's where a lot of stuff is going to be going on. That's going to be 16 bars worth of music. And then we're going to take it to chorus 3 and chorus 4. In between the instrumental break and those last two choruses, there'll be like a 1 bar break, okay? So what we're doing is a chorus 2, dance break / instrumental, a tiny little break, and then chorus 3, chorus 4. Now, the main thing we need to focus on when it gets to the dance break is it needs to be different from the chorus. It needs to have a little zest, a little energy. It needs to break away from the main melody that we've been having throughout the whole song. It's supposed to add a little bit of freshness, a little bit of life, a little bit of lightness to the song. So that means we want to keep it groovy, interesting, and fun. So it's going to be different from the chorus. It's going to be a break from the main melody, and we want to be creative. We want to make sure it's groovy, interesting, and fun. Okay? So this was my bridge. All right, and right there, we're going to create our second chorus. So this is going to be super easy. When it comes to putting the choruses, they have to be the same, except towards the end, that last chorus is going to have some slight variation, just to keep it a little spicy. So I'm going to copy my chorus right over here. I will cut off some of these parts so that this video doesn't last forever. So this is just going to be a simple, I'm going to lasso all of this, boom, right there. Now, if I wanted to actually get it from underneath, what I'd do is I'd add a track and click where it says voice audio right there, just so I have this extra room to lasso my stuff in. So let me lasso that from here all the way to the top. Let me get this up until there, from 17 until bar 25. Copy. You can also use Command C or Control C. Then come where you are and press Command V. Says please add an extra track. The reason why it's saying that is because I've clicked synth bass, and so it's gonna extend far beyond this. It's gonna go all the way down there. So what I need to do is click where at the top of your tracks, which is beat for me, and then I'm gonna Command V, and boom, there it goes. So that's my chorus, that's my bridge, needs my chorus. All right, and right there from bar 49 to 65, that is going to be my instrumental / dance break. So I'm going to try and just have a little bit of continuity so it doesn't sound completely different from what we've had before. So I'm going to take some of this synth bass. I've copied it. Make sure it's there. I'm going to paste it. So it's going to continue on with this bass line. All right, right there. All right, let me get into some of my BandLab sounds. Let me click this over here. So I'm going to start this off by going to my loops. I'm going to get some filters going. Let me get an instrument. I want a nice lead line. Lower that. I want it to be electronic music. And just for simplicity, I'll go straight to my key. Give me some E minor action right over there. All right, let's see what we got. Yeah, so this is the DJ Rink guy. All right, so I love it. So let me go straight. Let me find his pack. I think I'll just work with that. DJ Rink. And this thumbnail over here matches this lady over here. So let me click that. And let me just make sure this is the one. Click full mix. All right, yeah, this is the one. The one. Hey, job, hey. All right, now what I need is an interesting kind of sound, and I know that this should be something called like a dole. Let's see what dole sounds like. It's an Indian kind of drum. All right, nice. Let's work with that. So I'll drag that in over there. And so after my bass line is there for a little bit, so about 4 bars, we're gonna have that there. Let me forward it a little bit. All right, that sounds good. All right, let's get some. some real Indian sounds. So yes. So right there, I want my instrumental dance break is not gonna sound like my previous part, which is more of like a modern electronic dubstep. I want it to sound more authentic, more Indian, because we've had that Indian element throughout this song that we've been making. All right, so we have that right there. Let's add in some extra stuff. Let's drag that in over there. Let's get some extra action right over here. Keep things a little bit spicy. Hey, all right, that's interesting. All right, all right, I like that. All right, let's see what else we can add in. Okay, so I've been going through a lot of these instruments, and I found one of these things called a gangru. Sounds pretty interesting. Like a tambourine. I can substitute it as a hi-hat. That's what I'm gonna do. Pause that right there. Let me bring that in. Let me see, I should bring it somewhere there. All right, let me see what that sounds like. All right, so I need that mandolin to keep ringing. Come on, mandolin. Oh, I love those effects. It really just adds a lot of interesting sound. All right, that's all right. That's all right. All right, now we need to keep it interesting. Let's keep this. We want to change that bass line. I want to change that bass line a little bit, just so it can be a little fresh and have a bit more authenticity. So let me get this over here. All right, drag that in right there. I want some more gangro. Put it right there. Very good. Okay. So let me get this dole going as well. All right. Let's see what this bass line sounds like. That was changed. Okay, that's cool. Let me get rid of this part. It sounds, just because it's extending more than the 4 bars I want. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slice it up. Get rid of that. And then I'm going to extend this bass line just as it is. So I'm going to copy that. Command C, Command V, just to get that bass line. Keep that thump going. And this is where it should end, on bar 65. That is how long our instrumentals should last for, from bar 49 to 65. That is 16 bars worth of an instrumental. All right, now let's see. Let's solo that out. Let's see what's missing. Something sounds like it's missing a little bit. Oh, now we need to bring in our main like energy line. So that was this full mix thing. Where's that? All right, this right here. All right, so I'm gonna drag that in, put it where my synth is. I don't want that first part. All right, so let me get that from there. Skip 4 bars. Wait, let me solo that out. All right, so I'm gonna slice that right over there. All right, nice. So then we bring that in just where this break is. Let's see if that works. Nice, sounds interesting. All right. There were some voices that I saw over here. Let me see. Type in shouts. That's what it was called. Shout. All right, nice. This is what we want. We want some extra stuff. Keep it spicy. The more sounds you add in, the more layers you can add in, the more room for interest you can have. But that's not always the case. It's not always a thing of the more voices you have, the better it gets. Sometimes it can just be too much. So you want to make sure each instrumental that you add complements each other, okay? All right, so I want to keep those hey going out. So let me cut that out over there, slice it, and then I'm gonna copy it. Then just gonna keep it going right over there. Let's see that. So from here. All right, so nice. I want that right over there. Boom, slice that out, bring it in. It'll fit perfectly. All right, let's see. So now we need to just keep this thing going. Let me extend it up a little bit. Let me bring my mandolin back in. So I'll drop it out from bar 57 to 61. I'll bring it back in on 61 and cut it off at 65 because that's where our instrumental ends. I don't want the groove to finish. Oh, that's the full mix. I gotta keep that full mix going. All right, nice. So let me cut that out there. Boom, bam. Let me get it from bar 57. Gonna slice this sucker up, copy it up, take it there, paste it. So that should keep the groove going. Let's see it solo it out. That works perfectly. And so even though you can hear this mandolin in this full mix, when I add it in here and I layer it on top, it becomes a little bit louder. So it becomes a little bit more prominent, and that's a good thing. Because we want that energy for this instrumental. It's the dance break. It's where people get moving with it. That's where people are like, oh, this is where it's kind of reached. So it can have more energy than the chorus, and it can really stand out and really make your song pop. So you want to make it very interesting. Be creative with it, okay? All right, so right over here, this bar 65 to 66, I want to bring in a small break just to transition it nicely into our chorus 3, which is going to be exactly the same as our chorus 1 and chorus 2. So I'm going to borrow a riser that I used around here. Yeah, this is the one. So remember, if you already have stuff that works, just use it. Don't be scared of reusing stuff. So I'm going to paste that right over. Let's put that over here in effects. I click that. Boom, bring that riser in. All right, it's too long. I need to shorten it out. Let's take it from there. Slice it. Needs to only last 1 bar. Don't want longer than that. Okay, so it's kind of stretching out a little bit. Slice it there again. All right, now it's a bit empty, so I need to fill it in. So let's get in some more hijabi. Bring that in, effects 2. Paste that out over there. All right, nice. That's a good transition. All right, so what else can we do to spice this thing up? It's sounding pretty good so far. Let's bring in some more of this stuff. It's a very scientific procedure. You need more stuff to make good stuff. So I'm gonna paste this out over here. All right, it ate up my Hey Jabe. So what I'm going to do is I can see that this wave sign is the same as this one because it's kind of like it's going up and then coming down. So I'm going to delete this just halfway. So right over there, slice that up, drag this in, make it seamless. Nice. All right, then I'll keep it interesting over there. All right, then we bring that Hey Jabe. Copy. Let's sample it. Nice, yeah, so I'm gonna keep that going over there. Keeps it interesting. What about this reverse synth? So these small sounds, they're like artifacts. And an artifact can really just keep things interesting without the listener knowing that they're actually there. It's one of those things that just add extra sweetness. It's like a secret ingredient. Like, I don't know what mom puts in this food, but whatever it is, I mean, I ain't complaining. It's pretty good. All right, so it's one of those things that you don't know is there, but if it wasn't there, the song would be a little bit different. So let's hear it. Nice. All right, I think that works. That works. Now, right from here, bar 66, let me copy and paste my chorus from bar 17 to 25. Gonna grab that right over there. Make sure I got all the stuff. I need to get this thing out the way. All right, let's see what we got. So boom, boom, bam. Copy, Command C, Control C, and then get it bar 66. Make sure it starts at the top. Click your beat, and then Command V. All right, nice. All right, nice. That's a good transition. Now, one other thing that we really need to add before we get going into chorus 4, so we just added our chorus 3, which came after the instrumental, is we want to add in some automation, meaning we want to add in some pre-programmed systems that are going to control our panning and our volume. Now, panning is this over here where it says left and right. When you put something to the left, you'll hear it on your left side of your headphones. If you push it to the right, let me do that again. If you push it to your left, you'll push it to your left side of your headphones. You push it to the right. It's weird, like I'm dragging it opposite, but that's how it works. Now, when it's here, it's going to the right side of my headphones. Let me give you a quick demonstration. Let's listen to this mandolin. Let me bring this back to 0. All right, so here's my mandolin. I'm going to solo it out. Let me mess with the panning. So, left, and then my right. Left, right. All right, so that's panning. It changes where the sound is channeled towards. And then my volume just controls my volume. This slider over here, okay? So 0.0 is the baseline, and then dB is decibels, and that's how we measure how loud sound is. Now, we're gonna have two different types of automations. We're gonna have an automation of volume and an automation for panning. So I'm gonna start off with my mandolin. Now, if you wanna see your automations, you see these two little circle lines here. These are called nodes. I'm gonna click them, and boom, now it takes me to a different dimension. So right here it's showing me volume. I don't want to use my volume for now. I'm gonna go to my pan, and once I'm there, choose which track you want to pan, and then you'll have these small circles that appear. So I'm gonna click a circle right here. That is a node. Boom, you can move it there. Then you can put it at the end over here of the track. You can be very creative with this. I'm gonna put another one right over here, put another one over here, let's put another one over here. And so what happens is now you take this node, you take it, drag it down, and now that changes the panning. You take it up. So if you drag it down, that's to the left side of your headphones. You take it up, that's to the right, that's to the left, and then boom, one more time to up there. Now, the only thing is, if you don't have another node after it, look what happens. Everything else gets pushed up, and that's not what we want. So I can just, let me leave that at 0. Let's see what it sounds like. Just let me solo that out. All right, right there. And so it just changes the volume. So now if I want this to remain over there, I'm going to add an extra node. Boom, pull that up over there, and we're in business. And right there, it adds extra sound space into your song. So don't neglect that. It will spice it up more than you realize. Now, have at least one track that you've panned, that you've done some automation on the panning. And once you've activated your panning, let's say I get out of this, I click this, show hide my automation. You can also click A to show and hide it. Now you'll see that the nodes have appeared over your track. That means there's some automation there. So I mean, that's also an easy way for me to check to see how you've added automation. Now, I want to add in some panning, some volume automation. So I'm going to do this on this track over here where my down lifter is. All right, so let's put that in from bar. Yeah, so let's take it from bar 53. I'm going to add a node. Pew, pew. There's my node. Then I'm going to add another node where I want it to end. Let me add something over here. Add another one over here. You can be creative. I'm just adding, let's say work with 5. So now if I push this here, the volume is going to dip like crazy. Then I'm going to push it up over here. It's going to increase like crazy. Dip like crazy. Be creative with this. Don't just do what I'm doing. And then it returns back to baseline. Notice how the baseline's not in the middle. It's right over here. And that's fine. So let me solo this out. Let's see if you can hear the difference. So starting off from here. It's getting louder. Get quieter. It's getting louder. And back to baseline. Oh, yeah. That's good, that's good. So if we put that in together, let's take that in now with our panning mechanism. Actually, let's listen to the whole thing and let's see how it affects our song. All right, have some sound space right there. All right, yeah, that's fine. I can dig it. All right, on to the next thing. So now that we have our automation, don't skip that. Make sure you have your automations. You can see the nodes have appeared here. And look at one super important thing. Look what happens to these sliders. So if I have an automation where the volume is, look what happens. The volume goes down, goes up automatically. That's why it's called automation. And so for the part where I did my panning, what happens here? Oh, there it is. Yeah. So let me go back again. It's going left, going right. Boom. That's automatic. I don't have to control that. Because a lot of the times you're not going to be having the same volume for a track for the entire way through. You're going to have it moving up and down. So some things can be more prominent. Okay. So here I've put in my chorus 3. You know what that sounds like. Now I'm going to bring in the exact same thing for chorus 4 so we can end this thing and you can take this thing off to the finale. So from bar 74, I'm going to paste it right there. Make sure you clicked on the right track, the beat, so it doesn't say add a track where you don't need to add a track. And boom, it'll end on bar 82. Right? So it's the same thing over and over again. And so I need to make it just a little bit interesting. The chorus needs to be the same as previous choruses so that people can be able to understand and internalize the song. But you don't want it to always be the same. So I'm going to copy this mandolin and I'm going to paste it right underneath here where it says effects. I'm just going to put that there for now. And I'm going to extend it all the way to the end to bar 82. And now, when you have an issue here, because we have a lead line here and we have this mandolin, they're going to sound like they're competing. Let me solo it out so you can hear what I'm saying. It sounds too busy with both of them interacting with each other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tag back into my automation and I am going to reduce the volume right over here. I'm going to click that, and I'm going to reduce this lead line all the way through so that it can allow for the mandolin to be more prominent. So let me drag that out. Now I want it to be more dragged out, so let me dip this as well. So right when it's starting, take it there. Let's take this there. Yeah, it doesn't matter because it's pretty much the end of the song. Let's see, make sure it's not too quiet. I think we can increase. Okay, let's first see how it sounds with the mandolin before we make that decision. Okay, we can increase it just a little bit so it's not like completely disappeared. 17.2, 17.2. So even if it goes 17.3, 17.4, it's still okay. It's still in the acceptable range. I'm gonna work with 17.3. Let's see now. Nice, so it's blurred into the background, but it's still there, so it won't sound like we've completely erased it. All right, nice. Okay, now just to finish it off, I am going to have a crash. Now, I think this was our crash over here. Yes. All right, how can I tell? Because it's getting bigger from small. So when it gets hit, it's a peak of volume and it tapers down. So I'm going to take that and just a classic finish. Let's paste it over there. Boom. That is my crash. Now, if I want to be super organized, let me put that where my beat is. All right, let's see what that sounds like. Nice. I think we can we add another riser? Let's see this riser over here. Yeah, let's add this riser just to give it a nice crescendo finish. Now what we have here, okay, I'm gonna just change this up. Let's call it effects 3. And then shouts. So I'm gonna call that vocals. Vocals. Okay. And then I'm gonna paste that riser over here. Let's see what it sounds like. Nice, that's a good ending. All right, so quick recap before we listen to this entire thing. We had our bridge right over here. Where is it? So bar 37 to 40, we had a little stuttering effect going on over here. That took us back to chorus number 2. Chorus number 2 had a slight dip. That takes us to our instrumental dance break. That's going to last up until bar number 65. Bar 65 to 66 is a small break just to help us transition into chorus 3. All right, then chorus 3 and plays the way chorus 2 was and chorus 1. And then chorus 4 has some slight variation with this mandolin. In order for this to be heard, we reduce the volume of our previous lead line so it doesn't compete. And then we finished off with a crash and a riser. There's the riser. And the crash is right up over there. So let's listen to this entire thing and let's see what it sounds like. Let's have some fun. Chorus 1. All All right, breakdown. Hey. Bring it back, bring it back. All right, I'll come this. Oh, yeah, that was the stuff. That was the stuff. All right. So, quick thing, and I'm out of here. Make sure, so I'm just going to fix this. This should be a bit more extended right over there. Make sure your instrumental dance break can have some energy variations. It can go from a low energy level to a high energy level. It can just be high the entire time. You can take it low. You can even have it just go from high to low, back to high again, all right? So you can have fun with it, or you can just keep it the same. You can keep it the same all the way through. But the main thing is, you got to be creative. This is where your creativity shines in this dance break, okay? There's a lot of stuff you can do there. There's a lot of freedom you can have. So just make it good. Stay within the bars. I mean, if you're making a new song, you can extend it further, but you can keep your life a lot simpler by just using the allocated bars that I give you. And yeah, work with that. Don't add extra confusion to yourself. But be free within the bounds. Within the bounds, there's a lot of freedom. So this is our final assignment. This is the final thing that we need to add onto our track for it to become complete. So you can either do this on a track that you've previously created, but if you know that your previously created track is something you are not satisfied with, something you're not happy with, then please create another one. You will be more satisfied with a new creation that you are proud of, that sounds good and that has new fresh ideas, new sounds that you can work with. A lot of the time I don't necessarily like have a plan for which sounds I'm going to use. I just listen to a bunch of different sounds and I'm like, okay, I like this, I like this. And from that, just making decisions allows me to move forward, okay? So go ahead and create your dance break. Add in the automation. Do not forget automation. It will help you out so much. Then create a chorus 2. Create a chorus 2 before the dance break. Then create your chorus 3, your chorus 4, have some slight variations in your chorus 4. You can try and diminish the energy a little bit so that people know that we're going into an outro, and just finish it off. All right. So have fun doing this, and I absolutely cannot wait to hear what you have in store. Bye for now, guys.